Lauryn Hill recently responded to the comments of her tardiness to her concerts and also her unprofessionalism.
I don't do it because they let me do it. I do it because I stand here in the name of God and I do it. God is the one who allows me to do it, who surrounded me with family and community.
Fans have been talking about this for years, about waiting for her to show up at her own concert, being many hours late, and sometimes people may have to leave because of maybe other obligations that they have, maybe babysitters or just time constraints where they would have to leave. But this one artist in particular, Robert Glasper, Grammy Award winner, also talks about a situation dealing with Lauryn Hill, and he said this years before this incident. Just listen to what he has to say about dealing with Lauryn Hill on a business level. Check it out.
Exactly how it's properly done. Lights, camera, action.
In 2005, that's when my career changed and I didn't have to do anything I didn't want to do. Because that's when I got signed and I was doing my own thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So whenever I got into a situation that I realized, I was bye-bye. Quickly.
Would you really?
Oh, I've done that quickly. I've done that to a few artists.
Oh, I want to ask. Oh,
I'll say a name.
Let her rip.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you all ready for the name drop? Here we go.
Lauryn Hill.
What?
Why you do Lauryn Hill like that?
No. Why she do me like that? I mean, if you ask any musician, most people wouldn't know unless you know musicians that's played for her. Mm-hmm. But I did a show with Lauryn. This is 2008, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's from Mont Blanc Jewelry Corporation. Right? She's getting $500,000 for this show. It's a 20-minute show.
Majority of artists don't make that in a year, but she's getting it in 20 minutes. Let's keep going.
My friend was the MD. He said, Rob, we're doing a show in LA. You want to do this show? Mind you, 2 years prior, she had been calling me, trying to get me to come to her house to audition. I'm already a signed artist. I'm traveling the world doing my own thing. I don't do auditions. So I was like, sorry, I don't do auditions. If you want me, you can listen to my album.
I like you.
You can do like that. But I'm not auditioning. I don't audition.
Now, Rob, that could have came across a little.
No, but this one day she was calling me talking about play for me over the phone.
What?
No, I'm not doing that. Yeah, can you play over the phone then? Blah 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 blah. Like I'm like, no, but I do have albums out. #1 jazz albums on the charts. If you like, you can check those out. And then you know what I mean. But I'm not auditioning. I'm not.
Even though back then Lauryn Hill was on a higher status back then, Robert Glasper felt like, I'm a professional artist now. I have albums out, so I don't have to do all that auditioning. Just listen to my music. They're out there.
And Lauryn has a show in New York. You want to play? I'm like, all right. What's the deal? He's like, rehearsing for 1 week for a 20-minute show. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So we rehearsed a whole week, like 10 hours a day. Every day she comes in and changes the show. Changes what she wants to do. Completely. We're like, okay, so, Anyway, the last rehearsal, she doesn't show up. Her manager shows up and says, Lauryn's not really feeling the way you guys have been learning the music, so we're going to cut your pay in half. The last rehearsal, the day before the show. We're going to cut your pay in half. First of all, we won't get paid that much anyway, but understand she's getting $500,000.
Yeah.
So seriously, you're going to take these 5 musicians and cut their pay in half?
That do sound like kind of a major hit, especially at the last minute when you're expecting a certain amount of money for your services. Then all of a sudden things change. I don't know. It seems like a contract should be in place to try to avoid that. But let's listen to the rest of what Robert Glasper has to say. Check it out.
We weren't.
I seen Robert Glasper.
No, but that's a fair question.
We weren't. No, but she has a thing of, she likes to fire bands. I can rattle off 15 guys off the top of my head. She will go on tour with a band. And in the city that they're doing a show, she'll hold auditions for her band.
Wait a minute.
Who does that?
Man, I don't know. How do you all feel? How do you feel about that? Is there a similar pattern to what she is doing now in recent times to compare to what Robert Glasper was talking about in 2005? Now, this is in 2005. Now, as the current date is 2023. So it's like almost 18 years later. It's almost like a similar pattern, or it's like a similar circumstance. What do you think? Like, share, subscribe. We out.